Welcome to my class. My name is Jyoti and you are watching JG Chemistry. So students, today we are going to solve mass spectroscopy problems based on aliphatic alcohols. This is my first video of my channel. My videos will be on chemistry problems and its solutions, where I will also explain the concept. You can take either screenshot or prepare notes so that you can refer it later also. This video is very helpful not only for MSc students but also for UGC CSIR NET, GATE or any competitive exam you are appearing after MSc. So keep watching my videos and solve related problems to clear your concept. For that, do subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get latest notification of my videos. Do like it and share it with your friends so that it will be helpful for them also. Okay, so let's start mass spectroscopy. In mass spectroscopy, most common method to ionize the molecule is electron impact ionization method, where molecule displays a particular fragmentation pattern. So first we will see the fragmentation of pattern of aliphatic alcohols. Here we will get the molecular ion peak, which is the mass of the molecule is very weak or absent. Loss of alkyl group is a very common fragmentation pattern in aliphatic alcohols, which occurs through alpha cleavage and it forms the oxonium ion. The thing which we have to keep in our mind is if the alcohol is asymmetrical, means you have one side longer chain of alkyl group and on the other side of the functional group you have a smaller alkyl group. So we have to keep in our mind that the largest alkyl group will release first. Okay, because it is going to release as a free radical and longer the chain of free radical, more stability of it. The second most common fragmentation you can notice in aliphatic alcohol is dehydration, which is loss of water, that is M minus 18. 18 is the mass of water. And this dehydration tendency increases as the chain length increases of the alcohols. So we will see here it is two types. It may be 1,2 elimination or 1,4 elimination of water. And last here we will see that loss of water followed by the loss of neutral alkene. Okay, where N is the number of carbon for the alkene. And this particular fragmentation occurs for at least 4 or more number of carbons are present in the alcohols. Okay, so this is a fragmentation pattern for aliphatic alcohols in mass spectroscopy. You can take either screenshot or note it down because it is going to help us to solve our problems on it. So this is our very first problem where they are asking, they are asking the mass spectrum of 1-pentanol and you have to identify the structure of the base ion peak here, which is given at M by Z 42. So basically we have to draw the structure of this M by Z 42, which occurs after fragmentation of this 1-pentanol. Okay, so this is the structure of pentanol. Okay, penta means 5, so you have a 5 carbon chain here, and since it is 1-pentanol, the OH position is at 1 carbon, and this is the correct method to represent the molecule in mass spectroscopy. Radical cation, as we know in mass spectroscopy, radical cation formation occurs, the molecule ionizes. So we have to represent our molecule in this format. And we know that our molecule is made up of 3 kinds of electrons. N electron, that is lone pair bearing electrons, and oxygen is one of that. It is heteroatom, pi electrons and sigma electrons. Okay, and lone pair electrons are having tendency to release the electrons very quickly as compared to pi and sigma. So in this molecule, we have only sigma bond and n electron. So here you can see we have formed the radical cation on the heteroatom. So whenever you have a molecule where you have heteroatom present on it, you always form the radical ion on it, radical cation. Okay. So you can see the molecular ion we represent by M plus radical, and it's M by Z. Since the mass spectrum plot the spectrum with respect to mass to charge ratio, Z is the charge. So if you calculate the mass of this 1-pentanol, that is C5H12O, and if you calculate it, it is 88. Since we have written the molecular ion peak will be very weak or negligible, so this peak will be very negligible. Now we come to the fragmentation. Once this molecule ionizes, the fragmentation occurs, and this is the most common fragmentation you can see in mass spectroscopy, alpha cleavage. What is that? The carbon which is attached to the heteroatom, the radical cation species, is considered to be as alpha carbon. And the next bond which is attached to this alpha carbon is considered to be alpha bond, and which is going to break. So each sigma bond is made up of 2 electrons. So here 1 electron after fragmentation will go to the beta carbon, and 1 electron will come to the alpha carbon. And that electron which will come to the alpha carbon will form a bond with this free radical which is present on the oxygen and will form a double bond. So you can see here this alkyl group release as a free radical. Okay, so this C5 to C2 as a free radical, and this cation is released here, CH2, this alpha carbon CH2, double bond OH plus cation, because this radical form a bond with this alpha carbon. So this is a cation, and if you calculate the mass, it is 31. So you will get a 31 peak in the mass spectrum of 1-pentanol. But we need to justify 42. So we have to solve. So we are going to write it in a different style now. You can see this is another style of writing. The molecule is the same, 1-pentanol. And you might be familiar that in mass spectroscopy, gamma hydrogen transfer is most common phenomena, which is considered to be as McLafferty rearrangement. But in case of alcohols, normally the delta hydrogen transfer takes place. And we have written in this form so that we can easily show the mechanism. Okay, so gamma hydrogen transfer will take place, and you can see here gamma hydrogen is giving its complete electron, so this delta carbon will get a positive charge here. And so this alpha carbon, which is the bond which is attached to the oxygen and alpha carbon, is giving its complete electron, so the alpha beta is going to release as a neutral alkene here, and the beta gamma bond is giving its one of the electron to the gamma delta bond. So the gamma carbon will get a free radical. So in that way, we are going to release here H2 as a neutral molecule, and this alpha beta carbon as a neutral alkene, and you will get a radical cation here, which will be detected in mass spectrum. Free radical and neutral molecules does not detect in the mass spectrum. It detects only the cation or the radical cation. And if you see this radical cation, we can also write it in the square bracket with the double bond and radical cation on it. And if you calculate the mass for C3H6, if you calculate here 3 carbon and 6 hydrogens are present, so the mass is 42. And this was the peak which we need to identify in our problem, and they were asking you to draw the structure of it. So this is a structure, and it is considered to be as base peak. What is base peak? Base peak is the most intense peak in the mass spectrum. Okay, most intense peak. And how this govern that, like how we can govern this should be the base peak, because if it is a base peak, and base peak, the intensity is always governed by the stability of cations. Okay, so higher the stability of cation, more intensity of the peak will be there, and most intense peak will be considered as base peak. Okay, so these are the two methods we have seen, alpha cleavage and M minus H2O minus C2H4 here, because 2 carbons are going to release with 4 hydrogens. Okay, so we have seen one more fragmentation method here. If the question comes for all fragmentation for 1-pentanol, so we should know Here you can see we have written in the same style 1-pentanol. So now we are going to do the dehydration. Like we discussed that dehydration is a common phenomenon of alcohols. Okay, and as it increases as the chain length increases, so it is a 5-carbon chain. Okay, so dehydration will be there, M minus H2O, and here the method is 1,4 elimination. So you can see in this square bracket, if we do it is easy to represent the mechanism. So this is the easiest way to represent your answer. Okay, square bracket and radical cation, it is a safe way also. Okay, if you are confused where to put the radical cation. Okay, and you can notice here H2O is released as a neutral species with the forming of a new sigma bond at C1 and C4. So we get this structure, and if you calculate the mass, it is 70. Okay, so you will get another peak in the mass spectrum of 1-pentanol at 70. And if you notice the mass spectrum of 1-pentanol, you will find another peak at 55. So we need to justify the structure of 55 also. And if you see the difference between 70 and 55, it is the loss of 15. And the loss of 15 could be because of the loss of methyl. So this methyl is going to release as a free radical, and you will get the carbocation here with the 4-member chain. Okay, 4-member ring. So which is C4H7 plus, and if you calculate the mass, it is 55. Okay, so in that way, 1-pentanol will show its mass spectrum in this. Okay, all these peaks will be there, 31, 42. B we have written, that is the base peak, the most intense peak. 55 peak will be there, 70 and 88. 88 peak will be very negligible, or or it might not, you will not able to see also it in the mass spectrum. Okay, so this is the molecular ion peak. So they may ask this type of question also, that justify all these peaks in the mass spectrum of 1-pentanol. So that's why we have done all the fragmentation, possible fragmentation of 1-pentanol here. Okay, so this was the solution. We will see some more base peaks of the pentanol isomers. Okay, so we know 1-pentanol, you can write 2-pentanol also. So does like 2-pentanol will show the same base peak. Okay, the mass is the same, 88, and we are going to do the same alpha cleavage here. So if you do the alpha cleavage, you can notice here the position of OH is here now 2. Okay, so 1, 2 position, and if you do alpha cleavage, you are getting here M by Z 45. Okay, in case of 1-pentanol, it was 42. So 45 because now this alpha carbon is attached to the oxygen, and this is unsymmetrical, you can notice. So the longer alkyl chain will release as a free radical more frequently as compared to this methyl free radical. Okay, methyl free radical will release, but the intensity of the peak will be very less as compared to the fragmentation of this alpha beta bond, which is going to release the propyl free radical. Okay, so the peak of this peak will be more intense, and here it is the base peak 45 in case of 2-pentanol. Other possibility to write the pentanol isomer is 3-pentanol. The position of OH is 3 here, 1, 2, 3. So here again we will see whether it is going to give you the same base peak after alpha cleavage or some other fragmentation. So if you do the alpha cleavage here, okay, it is symmetrical, you can do the alpha cleavage from any side. So you can notice if you cleave from here, ethyl free radical is going to release and giving you this cation, which is having the M by Z 59 as a base peak, which is most stable peak, most intense peak in the mass spectrum. And thus, we can differentiate the 3 isomers of pentanol, 1, 2, and 3. 42 is the base peak of 1-pentanol, 45 is the base peak in case of 2-pentanol, and the 3-pentanol shows the base peak at 59. Clear? So we have seen the secondary alcohol and primary alcohol problems, how to solve it. Now we will see the fragmentation pattern of cyclic alcohol. Okay, so there are 3 different pathways of fragmentation. First is, as I told you, most common alpha cleavage. So in that way, you can see the possibility M-1, that could be because of the loss of hydrogen. The other possibility of alpha cleavage is of the ring bond, okay, and that followed by the 1,5 hydrogen migration, okay. 1,5 hydrogen migration like we do this kind of migration in sigma-tropic reaction. Okay, so one type of cleavage is alpha cleavage for loss of hydrogen, other is the loss of ring bond. Okay, cleavage of the ring bond. And the third is being alcohol, loss of water, dehydration. Okay, and how does it occur? Via abstraction of the hydrogen atom from the 3 or 4 carbon away. Okay, so the hydrogen abstraction takes place here for the loss of water either from 3 or 4 carbon away from the OH. So these are the three different methods of fragmentation for cyclic alcohols. We will take now a problem on it. So here they have given the problem on cyclohexanol. So they are asking that what is the mass of the fragmentation ion produced from the dehydration of cyclohexanol. So they are asking the mass fragmentation M by Z ratio after dehydration of cyclohexanol, right? So first we have to write down the structure. Cyclohexanol, it is a cyclic structure having OH on it, radical cation on oxygen, and if you calculate the M by Z, you will get 100 for cyclohexanol. Now alpha carbon, which is attached to the oxygen. Okay, so the next bond will be always considered as alpha bond. So here you can notice there are 3 alpha bonds. Okay, 2 ring bond and one is a hydrogen bond. Okay, CH bond. So first we are going to do M minus 1, that is M minus H alpha cleavage. Okay, M minus 1. Again, this bond is going to give one electron. Hydrogen is released as a free radical and you are getting a carbocation here. So M by Z 99 will be the most common peak, and the intensity will also high, and normally the molecular ion peak of cyclohexanol being aliphatic will be weak because it exists in this form usually. Okay, so the second possibility of the cleavage is if you are cleaving the ring bond. Okay, so this is again alpha bond, same method. Okay, one electron goes to the alpha carbon, the other with the other carbon, and you are going to form open the ring. Okay, so here the ring is open now. As we have written 1 followed by the 1,5 hydrogen migration, so you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the hydrogen is migrating from the 1,5 position, okay, from here to form the CH3. And now after this you will get a free radical here. Okay, so after that it is going to form CH3 and now new free radical formation. Still we can do some more here to stabilize this carbocation. So what is happening, this particular bond is giving its one electron here so that it can form a resonance stabilized double bond, okay, carbocation, followed by the loss of this free radical species. So you can see if this bond is giving its electron here, so it's going to form a double bond, and this double bond is resonance stabilized, and resonance stabilized carbocations are most stable. Okay, so the mass of it is 57 if you calculate C3H4O, and it is the base peak in case of cyclohexanol because the base peak says this particular carbocation is the most stable. So this was the second fragmentation of cyclohexanol. The third possibility, because we need to solve the dehydration, right? So we have done, we need to solve the dehydration. Okay, so for that you don't need to do all these two steps which we have done. This I have shown you. If the other method or other question they ask on the cyclohexanol, okay, or what is the base peak of cyclohexanol, or justify the peak 57 in case of cyclohexanol, okay, like that they can ask the question. So you should know how to do the fragmentation for that. But this is not our answer for this question. So for that we have to do third step, dehydration. We have written the structure. Dehydration is a loss of water, and as the questions, the fragmentation pattern says, it occurs 3 or 4 carbon away, the abstraction of protons. So 1, 2, 3. 3 and 4 carbon here, the abstraction of proton will occur, and it is going to form a bond here, bicyclic compound, right? Bicyclic compounds with the loss of water. Okay, here again it is the best way to put it on the square bracket so that you are not confused about the where to keep the radical cation, and you are safe. And don't forget to put the radical cation also, because mass spectrometer detects only the cation or radical cation. And if you calculate the mass of it, the M by Z 82 peak is because of this bicyclic product. Okay, they can ask another type of question like justify the peak at 82 in M by Z 82 in cyclohexanol. So you should know when or how we can get the 82 peak or all fragmentation possible for cyclohexanol. So this was the answer for our cyclohexanol. Now we will see the fragmentation pattern for aromatic alcohols, as our topic is alcohols today. So here normally for aromatic compounds, you will get the molecular ion peak strong. So you can clearly distinguish between aliphatic and aromatic. Aliphatic compounds give weak molecular ion peak, while aromatic compounds give strong molecular ion peak. Here for aromatic compounds, we will get the benzylic cleavage if the benzylic group is present there. Okay, and the common fragmentation which you can see in alcohols, aromatic alcohol, is M minus H, or it may be M minus alkyl group, which forms the hydroxytropylium cation. The mass is given 107 for that. So if you get any peak in the aromatic alcohols 107, it is for the hydroxytropylium cation. Okay, so you can safely draw that structure of hydroxytropylium cation, or so that you can conclude towards the structure of the unknown molecule. And further from this 107, the loss of CO occurs, and that forms the resonance delocalized cyclohexadienyl cation peak at 79. Okay, so if you see a peak at 79 and they are asking you to justify this peak, we will see how to get that. Presence of C6H5 plus, that is M by Z 77 or 51, are the characteristic of aromatic alcohols. If some alcohols, aromatic alcohols, you find the mass spectrum of it bearing the peak 77 and 51, it means it is the aromatic alcohol. Okay, if you get 107, 79, that also suggests it is aromatic alcohol. 107 is hydroxytropylium cation and 79 is for cyclohexadienyl cation. 77, it is C6H5 plus. Okay, so all peaks are indicating towards aromatic alcohol. Okay, you can find loss of water also if it is mechanistically straightforward. Okay, so some of the example is like orthodisubstituted benzylic alcohols. You can find if it is having the functional group which bears the at ortho position hydrogen group. Okay, hydrogen bearing group. So these are again the fragmentation pattern for aromatic alcohols. We will take the help of it to solve our problems. So our problem is, in the mass spectrum of benzyl alcohol, some of the prominent peaks appear at 107, 79, 77 and 51. So we need to justify the structure of all these peaks. Fine. Benzyl alcohol. Benzyl group is C6H5CH2. This is called the benzylic. Okay, this is benzylic group. Since we are talking about alcohol, so CH2 is having OH. So C6H5CH2OH is benzyl alcohol. And if you calculate the mass for this C7H8O, mass is 108. Radical cation is on oxygen, and alpha cleavage is again the same like alpha cleavage for aliphatic, okay, compounds. So you can notice here by benzylic cleavage, here it is loss of hydrogen, okay, M-1. If this CH is substituted by any other group here, that CH3 or any other longer chain, that will be fragment as a free radical. Okay, same rules which we have written for free radical formation. So in that case, it is going to form a cation, and C6H5, so 6 and 7 carbons are there which are resonance stabilized. So we can form the tropylium, that is 7-membered aromatic ring bearing a positive charge, tropylium cation. Hydroxytropylium because you have OH group on it. So this is C7H7O plus and the mass is 107. So we have justified the structure of 107 from benzyl alcohol. Further, from this hydroxytropylium cation, loss of CO occurs, and that loss of CO is, you can see the molecular formula. Loss of CO from C7H7O will give you C6H7 plus, right? C6H7. So loss of CO will give you this structure, The mass of it is 79 and it is the resonance delocalized cyclohexadienyl cation, which is most stable carbocation. That's why you can see it appear as a base peak. Means this peak will be most intense in case of benzyl alcohol. Okay, 79. So they may ask you a question, justify the structure of M by Z 79 in benzyl alcohol. Okay, or what will be the base peak of mass spectrum of benzyl alcohol. Okay, so there are many questions they can ask you. So further from this cyclohexadienyl cation, one can show the loss of hydrogen to form a carbocation, that is C6H5 plus 77, okay, which is the characteristic of aromatic alcohol as I told you. And further loss of neutral alkene from it, that is, you can notice why we are releasing it, because you will get a peak, intense peak at 77 and one more peak at 51. Okay, so we need to justify the loss. How much is lost from this C6H5 plus? So if you subtract 51 from 77, okay, so you can see it is 28. Okay, or how much it is? 26, not 28, 26. So loss of 26 can be possible with the loss of neutral, the C2H2, right? So in that way we are forming C4H3 plus 51 and 1. Okay, M by Z. So in that way we have proved the structure of 107, 79, 77 and 51. All these peaks you can see in the mass spectrum of benzyl alcohol. 79 is as written as B for base peak. 108 is a molecular ion peak, which will be strong peak in aromatic alcohol. 107 you can see as a strong peak. So mostly all these peaks are small. The most strong peak is the 79 peak, which is appear as base peak. We can see one more problem to see the dehydration. Okay, so the question is, write the structure of a base ion peak at M by Z 104. Okay, so we have to write the structure of this base ion peak. This is the base ion. It is appearing in the mass spectrum of 2-methyl benzyl alcohol. So you should know how to write the structure, okay, to show the mass spectrum of it. So 2-benzyl alcohol. So benzyl means C6H5CH2. Benzyl alcohol, OH is attached to it. 2-methyl, if you see, say one carbon to this, attached to this OH group, the second position in the aromatic chain is the neighboring ortho position. So this is 2. So 2-methyl CH3, this is CH3, 2-methyl benzyl alcohol. If you calculate the mass of this molecule is 122. It is aromatic, so it will be strong. And we are going to show the loss of water, dehydration, since the ortho substituted group is bearing the proton. Okay, so we can, or hydrogen, we can show the loss of water as a neutral molecule. So for safer side, we put the radical cation outside the bracket, and so that we can show the mechanism easily. So you can notice how this rearrangement is taking place to lose the water, and you are going to have this radical cation M by Z 104 as a base peak, most intense peak. So they can ask you justify the peak at 104 in case of 2-methyl benzyl alcohol, or what is the base peak in 2-methyl benzyl alcohol, or the same question which we have written. So guys, this was the last problem for today's lecture. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.